we we prayed about where to go and who God talked to. So who God would show us so we can talk to. We end up actually in Georgia's, where the taco place is. But we didn't go to have tacos.
The international market.
We went to Georgia's. We just went outside Georgia's. We went inside just asked permission. They said we couldn't be in the store or the front door. So they said, but you can be in the parking lot. So we were out in the parking lot, running around, make sure we didn't get run over. So we talked to a few people. We didn't get anywhere. We did spoke to Howard. He's a young man. He's, I don't know, I think he said he was 28. Oh, you guys got the message. Howard, he was really in a hurry, and he was talking to another guy we actually spoke before we spoke to Howard. And he was just like buzzing through us and said, hey, hold on one second. Can we talk to you? So he ended up actually stopping, and we spent a little over an hour with him. We just shared with him, but it was really encouraging to him. I mean, towards the end of it, because sometimes people read the Bible verses and you kind of get the feeling, but you don't want to assume. So I asked him, so have you ever heard the gospel? He said, well, not this way. I never heard it this way. I said, okay. All right, so have you ever accepted Jesus into your heart? Ever making you God? And he said, actually, yes. 4 years ago when I arrived before Wayne, I was staying in Decatur. He said, I used to go to a church back and forth before Wayne. I forgot what the name of the church is. But anyways, he said he used to go there, and he said, actually, a pastor led me through a prayer, and I accepted Jesus. And I said, oh. So he shared with me what he's doing for Wayne. He's basically saying why he left Chicago because he was in the gang members. He was in the gang. He was in the streets, not living in the streets. He's part of the gang. So he's got a son and a daughter that he wants to be a provider for. And I said, well, okay. Well, I'm glad you're taking that step to be a provider, because that's what God calls you to be, for you and for your kids and your wife. So yeah, so I'm definitely trying to find a different lifestyle, but so now I'm trying to be careful with all the people that I hang out with, because somebody, like he was naming all kinds of, he used to be a drug dealer in Chicago, so he was telling me all the names of the drugs, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is. That sounds like candy, but so he's telling all these names of the drugs, and I'm just like, okay, what does that do? So you can go murder someone, and the next day wake up like nothing ever happened. It's like, wow, that's not good for you. He said, yeah, that's not good. So I was like, okay, well, so what steps are you taking for that? I asked him along the way, I said, what, probably one thing that would encourage you, that you would say, if I can have this, if God can help me with something, one thing that would change your path, what would be the one thing? He said, wow, that's deep, man. That's deep. I don't know if I can answer that one. So, well, why don't you mull on that one, and we come back to it and just pray about it. He didn't really have any specific answer, but he did say that, in so many words, he said that he wants a different lifestyle. He's ready to move forward. He said he wants to move forward. He didn't have a cell phone, so I was really discouraged, because I was like, oh man, I want to get back to you. I want to give more encouragement. It sounds like you're looking for a new home. And I mean, I want to invite you to church, but if you just want to spend some time, I mean, I'd be more than happy to do that. So, anyways, we have Howard your prayers. He's looking for a change, so he wants to be a provider like God has called all men to be, providers for his families. So, we had also other encounters. I actually called you. That was interesting. We're trying to minister to two Japanese men. I figured out that in Mexico or maybe other Latino countries, if you go like this, pray, it means pray, right? Japanese people, it means like you're being polite. Hello there, how are you? I was like, that is not what I'm saying. So it was a little bit of a challenge there. We did ask them if they believe in God, and they went back and forward, and I said a few words, and they seemed maybe a word, her name, Mew, meant something in the word, and they're like, oh yeah, Mew, yeah. I'm like, no, that's a friend of hers. Hang on. He's like, oh no, Mew, Mew. I was like, no, that's not what we're saying. That's not, I don't know what it is. I was like, no. He's like, huh? Mew, that's okay, Mew. He's like, no, hang on. So I showed him the phone, and he's like, oh, Mew. Oh, he goes on, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. So there is something. We were praying for speaking new languages, but literally new language. Speaking in Japanese or a different language. So that was fun. So I was gonna ask them if we can pray for them. They said we just couldn't get that across. So they said, okay, bye now. Adios, bye. So anyways, that was fun. And we spoke to other people, but Howard was the main one we actually encountered the most, and it was just an encouragement to talk to him. So, anybody else?